Think about the afterlife. What? No. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Alright. Episode 4 waits. If you'd like to save before continuing, please do so now. I already did. Hello and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, Chapter 4. So we're not just halfway through. I don't know, actually. We're supposed to stay a whole week, and every single chapter is a day. I know there's 5 chapters out there, so maybe there will be 2 more. But we're catching up slowly, very slowly. And, not gonna lie, I love the story, love the characters. I actually feel like we've spent enough time with the characters that I actually, like, feel, you know, close to them in game. But I want to do something else. I'm ready to, you know, be done with Scarlet Hollow at some point and just do something else for a while, for a long while. But yeah, so chapter 4. What do we don't have a lot of big, well, we want to break into Reese's place and we want to have tea with I said I would prepare a name list and a family tree. I did not do that because this is more a spontaneous recording session. But yeah, with Sybil, I think so. Yeah, Tabitha's mother, because she is secrets. Okay, so let's go. What? Join the Discord. Follow us on Blue Sky. I already do. Well, not on Discord, but Blue Sky. No, you know what? I don't want to do a recap because those usually are. So last time we did I think the biggest thing was that we did a whole cleansing of a haunted house, and nearly everyone died. But because I picked Booksmart, out of sheer dumb luck, we made it through unscathed. No one died, although Stella really took it very hard. So that will be interesting to see how she has changed. But first, let's see what our critters in the drawer are up to. You open your eyes, it's a new day. Last night seems so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare chased away by the harsh morning light. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay. That's Kaneeka. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? By the way, does my room change? I wouldn't know. I could never play those spot the paranormal stuff games because I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, but I mean, should we have heard from her? I don't know her long enough to know whether she will write every single day, every couple of hours. Like maybe, like take a deal. We've met her last night. It's fine to not write immediately within a span of 24 hours. You check your messages, there's nothing from Stella. Let's text her. Calling is invasive, I feel like. Like, if you call, they have to react immediately or, you know, not. But with a text, they can read it and then they can decide what they want to do. Hey, you good? Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you get the chance. Kaneeka and I are pretty worried about you. Please respond. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? Hey, send Stella a photo of a nervous puppet. Why puppet? Why not? Is it a meme? Is that supposed to be a... I only have this the weird monkey puppet that's doing like the, you know, side-eye thing. Yeah, let's write, hey, you good. That's, you wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Yeah, can we chat with Tabitha? I haven't heard from her either. Oh god, what if she's in trouble? No, I think she's just having troubles working through the thing that she always wanted. But turns out, you know, some things are better not experienced. And a true haunting and possession is, I guess, among them. Maybe she's just sleeping in. Never mind how Stella's. How are you doing? Everyone had a rough night. She's probably still shaken up. Let's go with that one. It's a little bit harsh, but I think it's still... It depends on the tone, right? And I mean it in a nice way. Yeah, but I don't love that she's out there somewhere by herself considering all the shit that's been going down. We should look for her, right? Come to town, we should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Take a shower first. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. Alright. God, so you step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. You're so drawn to it even now. You'll be going back there today, you're sure of it. Think about the afterlife. What? No. Think about It's like, it's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Yeah, whatever. Think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. Think about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot barely still attached to her body. I mean, logically, I'm probably thinking about the door because something in my subconscious was drawn to it, right? Also, what's the noise? Do you hear that? Oh, it's a fly. You think about the door in the clinic. You're so drawn. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You sure of it? You're done here. Let's just think. What's with all the flies? You turn off the faucet and dry yourself up. Why is so many fly thingies? Visit Dustin. Oh, no! Every single time I open this drawer, it's a delight. It is so lovely. His mom looks like she's wearing the pants. And now they have bread. This is so beautiful. Human is back. Maybe changed mind about eating us. Could be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. I would never eat you. I guess your glass house still has that squatter. Yeah, I could never eat you. I love you. Dustin Mom know better than to trust when push come to shove. Survival more important than friendship. I'm not quite sure. Look, we can share the bread, alright? Dustin Mom spent too much time outside. It's different inside. There's enough bread for everyone here. No need to eat friends. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep that innocence forever. Oh. I guess your glasshouse still has like a squatter. Tried to reclaim glasshouse last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. You fight? Give Dustin Mom glasshouse back? Ooh. Can you tell me about the squatter? I want to know what I'm up against. Squatter have big sharp things on head. What could that be? I'm thinking of an animal first. Nasty attitude. Fast like bug. But big like monster. Maybe a lizard or something? Dustin shivers at Dustin Mom's description. Mom brave. Human be careful. Dustin Mom would be eternally grateful to human. Dustin too. I should get going. Okay. Oh, that's that. Check the closet. Hey, I'm just, you know, you make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. Did it? I wouldn't know. But I guess, did it probably, it's probably set normally upright. But your long dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Yeah! It's time to face your cousin. Ugh. From Dustin to Tabitha. That's... Wait. Kaneeka. I confused Kaneeka and Tabitha for a second here. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. As always. They're striking! This week, of all weeks! As if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Look, I'm all for worker rights, so... sorry, Tabitha. I will not be on your side on this account. If history is anything to go off here, it almost doesn't matter how strong the strike seems. This is Tabitha's battle to lose. There isn't a union in Scarlet Hollow, which means a proper strike isn't even legal. Your cousin can do pretty much whatever she wants. She shouldn't, though. In such a small town, she really can't do anything she wants. Like, if she brings down the full power of the law on these people, she will be a complete pariah in the village. And rightly so. You don't just do this, you know? Because I think That's one of the reasons why I don't want to live in a small town or village. You know, you are kind of a family / community. You're kind of forced to collaborate on things. She could fire everyone and wait them out, for instance, or pick and choose her targets. Talk about the strike. So that's why the ditchlings are here. Pfft, yeah, I don't think... Usually I'm pro-union, but no. Usually I'm pro-union, full stop. Do you know what the strikers even want? You probably should have seen this coming. Just give them what they want, Tabitha. Yeah, I want to know what they want. I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. Well, but they aren't, so... It's bullshit. Yeah, that's a weird thing. That's also... If you were in their shoes, you would probably also be singing a different tune. How about that? Just give them what they want, Tabitha. It's no use fighting the inevitable. Yeah. Please, there's plenty of use fighting the inevitable. Every single person does it every day. They still draw breath. Sheesh. Besides, this isn't inevitable. I still have plenty of time to save the mines. Let's not fan the flames, as they say. Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. She tends to just disappear every now and then. She's tough. She'll be able to take care of herself. Uh-huh. Alright. If the mine's in trouble, you should just sell it and sell the estate. Get out while you still can. You probably should get going, right? Let's just talk about... So ghosts are real. I still can... No. I cannot talk to her about these kind of things because she pretends they don't exist. Because she thinks I'm stupid. Because she definitely knows they exist. Because we probably have a ghost or whatever in our own house. Or in the glass house. She knows about all this. But she refuses to admit it. Remain silent. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. Yeah, I'll do my hijinks no matter what. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Oh, that's actually nice. Thank you, Tabitha. Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Talk to Frou-Frou. You walk over to the cat. Oh, c'est toi. Qu'est-ce que tu veux maintenant? What do you want now? Like it's, ugh, you. What do you want now? That's the little French I can understand. I missed you last night, Frou-Frou. That makes one of us. I love you so much, Frou-Frou. Will you ever let me pet you? And coat my fur in your disgusting human oils? Oh no. Do you know anything about the stone carvings scattered around town? I'm not here to be your comment. Dit-on? Chien détective. Cat detective. Je suis un chat. I'm here to watch you flail about in the darkness. I'm not here to provide answers to whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind. Thanks for not attacking the opossums who live in my drawer. They're my friends, and if anything bad ever happened to them, they would be hell to pay. You know what? I'm not quite sure I should tell Frou-Frou that they are in the drawer. Because if she knows, not respectfully to Frou-Frou. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. That's my fear really is that if I tell her... Because I'm quite sure she doesn't know. And if I tell her that they are there, she might attack them. So I don't want that. Bye, Frou-Frou. Good talk. She scoffs as you turn away. Oh, I love her so much. Good lord. The animals in this game are pitch perfect. My favorite characters. Investigate the garden. Yes. Because last time we first had the PBJ and then we had it out. I don't want to do that mistake again. Whatever kicked out Dustin's Mama is in the garden right now. You'd better look into it before you head into town. The air is chilly today. The overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. It's too cold to head back inside. No! What? Investigate the greenhouse. Like, it's 2 steps to the greenhouse. I will survive. You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. It doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse. Talk to animals. The glass house, one could say. Oh, because that's what Dustin and his mom said. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured that out. That wasn't... Alright. You step towards the door. Ah! There was a goat. Oh! Spikes on the... I was thinking of more than 2, so I didn't even think that it could be horns. It's sealed shut by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient clouded glass. Try to talk to whatever behind the door. Dustin quest. Meet Dustin's true enemy yet. What's your name, little guy? Goat. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stays nice and warm, and there's plenty of eats too. So, Tabitha knows about the ditchlings, and she wanted to protect the goat. And that's why it currently has to be in the greenhouse, because Tabitha is very, very worried that her lovely goat will get hurt by the ditchlings or whatever else is out there. Did that human have a brown coat and big boots? Coat like, what, fur? Nah, not brown fur, yellow fur. Just on the top, like all you humans. Don't know what boots are. Can't help you there. It was Tabitha, blonde hair. Okay. Well, where did you come from? Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kinda miss them, but not that much. Don't gotta share anymore. Hey, whoever you are, there's a possum that would like you to leave. She was here first. This is her house. Don't want to leave. I live here now. She can deal. Examine the lock. It looks sturdy. You'll need some tools if you're going to get this open. Maybe Stella or Kaneeka could lend a hand later. Guess I'll leave you to it then. See ya. Or not. It's a wild world out there. You've investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kaneeka waiting for much longer. Alright. Ah! Now I can eat a PBJ. It's Stella's MIA. Who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PBJ in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. It's like I'm reading too fast for my head to get to all the letters, right? And that's that. Is that new? I feel like I did not say this that often before. It's like, so I've just watched, I binged The Comeback all seasons. And this feels like, you know, how about that? Was that the one? The catchline, the catchphrase from Valerie. And that's that. It feels like new. Is that a chapter 4 thing? And look, it's relatable. I sometimes have, I change stuff I say. You know, I have favorite words for a couple of months, and I have favorite sayings, but I don't know where we got this from. So this is the thing that I'm puzzled over, because I usually take it from, I don't know, friends, acquaintances, TV shows, books, where I feel like, oh, I like this, and then I use it a lot. So I don't know. It's time to head to town. And that's that. And that's that. That was my Valerie chat. Get to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. There's a little ditchling. Oh, there's one too. There's one too. There's another one. You get 4 ditchlings. Okay. Well, you do you. They're not really doing anything, right? So I guess whatever hurt the chicken and the old guy with the shotgun and that tried to kidnap Gretchen was probably not the ditchlings, because so far they haven't done anything. They're just lurking in the background, looking groggy. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. Oh, okay. I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Flirt, you were coming up to see me? That's sweet. No, that's... I just couldn't. It feels awkward to say this. Especially in this, I'm still of the mind that in the entire situation that we're in, everything's quite serious, you know? There have been near deaths. There have been actual deaths. There have been amputated legs. There's a funeral ahead, so I'm not really... I feel like my character wouldn't be in a flirty headspace. You know, it's more like I wouldn't even think about that. Because also, I don't know these, like, I know these people for 3 days. Why would I start? No. There's ditchlings and it's different with Kaneeka because I think we shared enough and we haven't really flirted. We just shared, you know, that we care for each other, which I feel like is a little bit different than this. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. How you doing today? Yeah, let's be nice. After last night, I'm great. Something like possession, I kind of feel like there are more upsides than downsides. Really? Wow. Did I say this last chapter? He's a guy that's like half glass full? Or was that something else? I said this recently, but I'm not quite sure it was in a Let's Play. There aren't a lot of people out there who can say they've been through something like that. It's a pretty cool badge of honor as far as I'm concerned. Oh, wow, okay. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. We know each other for like 3 days. It's not like we're besties. Admittedly, intense 3 days, but still, 3 days. It's nothing. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. Kaneeka and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Want to come? If it's okay with you, I was kind of hoping to have some time by myself right now. Even if, I could never say this. So rude. Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. Alright. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. Yeah, they're striking. They must be using it as home base for the strike. Well, you got coffee, probably refills, so... Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. I have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. She actually did. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. It isn't long until you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Do we see any ditchlings here? Because that would also be quite interesting that they go from the woods to this town. But no. Hula, you made it! And you picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold and I wasn't buying it, but as of this morning I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. I'm a little bit concerned. Usually I wouldn't be. Cold as cold happens. But it's a horror game, you know. Maybe she caught something different than a cold. Do you still think there could be a rational explanation for all of this? Kaneeka sighs heavily. Rational? Sure. Rooted in the reality that until a few days ago I thought was devoid of all magic and supernatural shit? No. Ghosts are real. They can suck you into illusory dimensions and puppet your body like a fleshy marionette. Next thing you know, we'll find out there's a secret society of warlocks running the country. Or that angels are real. Oh gosh. You gotta admit, it's kind of thrilling, isn't it? Anything could be possible. Who knows what the new day holds for all of us? It would be a little more thrilling if it weren't terrifying. All the magical stuff we found so far just wants to hurt us. Yeah, I don't get Avery, to be quite honest. We need a magical being that's on our side. Where are the magical girls when you need them? Well, Wayne kind of is our magical girl. Well, I guess we already have an animal whisperer, don't we? That's pretty magical. Wait, you can talk to animals? For real? When were you gonna tell me? Probably never, because I'm here for a week and we haven't really talked. Wow, I'm gonna need you to tell me what every animal we meet is saying. This is too cool. You, really took that in stride, didn't you? I take everything in stride. There's no better way to live. Kaneeka, your mom's totally a witch, right? Maybe she's the magical girl. No, Wayne is our magical girl. I told you. Speaking of magic, I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. Maybe one of us will discover our magical potential soon. That'd be neat. Well, I still think there's a rational explanation, you know, Elliot. There probably is a let's play or playthrough out there where someone just goes hard on the alien part because it's sticking like every single chapter. There's a lot of stuff, you know, with the aliens. I still got my hopes up that this all turns out to be someone in a mask trying to scare us out of town. Let's go with the mom meeting. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told all of us last night. Yeah. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom's always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole new age mystic thing. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Ugh, I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all these existential crises. Oh my god, my nose is itching. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Is someone manning the general store while we go looking for Stella? Mom and Mice can deal for another day while we go looking for Stella. This is important. Not that the store isn't, but if something happened to her and I was spending my time minding the register, I don't think I could live with that. Yeah, I totally get that. Look, you don't have to, you know, I was still going, no, not in front of Avery. That's weird. That's not dawdle. Are you all sure we need to go looking for Stella? She's a grown woman. She's allowed to be by herself if she wants. Actually, that would be my opinion, but I don't know her that well. So I do trust Kaneeka, because usually I would be like, well, it was a tough day. I wrote her. Kaneeka probably called her if she wants to be on her own. You know, but Kaneeka knows her, and when she's worried, then I guess, you know, we have to be worried as well. She's probably okay just dealing with complicated emotions. It's like my whole face is itchy. I don't know what it is. Okay. Agreed, let's get to work. Where to first? To the cops? Absolutely not. We should check in on Oscar. He's smart. The diner, to the mines, church. No, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. Yeah, I understand that. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kaneeka knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. She's dead, Stella died, and it's all my fault? I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open? I've left my patio door open on occasion, usually when I'm home, but I've had squirrels take that as an invitation on one too many times and bust in to take a few bites out of my plants, so even I keep my doors closed. It's bad enough that they go after everything in the community garden, but to come into my house and help themselves to my precious leafy babies, the squirrels of Scarlet Hollow are my only true enemies. And Stella would definitely know better than to leave our door wide open like this, especially considering the ditchling situation. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. We should go and not call the cops. What are they going to do? Nothing. Cool. I'll be brave and go first. Damn, Avery. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. What's that? You see that? That small little tiny house? Also, where's Gretchen? Oh my god, now I'm worried. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Oh, so that's... Oh, Princess. Oh my god, and it's her little corner. It's just Gretchen pictures. So there's the shoes she wears often, and there's the dusty shoes she doesn't wear often, which that's relatable. And then there's Gretchen's toys, and then there's DVDs. Alright. Oh, look. Whatever happened to Stella? Oh, yeah. It doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm going to forget that you said that, and just be thankful that this doesn't look like a crime scene. Investigate Stella's room. Oh. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Yep. That's my room. I'm a very messy gal. So messy. This is Mothman, isn't it? And then the funny thing is, this looks a little bit like, I played this game, The Mothman Prophecies, and it looked very similar to that. And there's lots of conspiracy theories, probably friend pictures. Oh, some pinups. Alright. Alright. Huh? Oh my god. Is that a little Gretchen fluff toy here as well? Lots of books. That's the PC. Just, am I missing something? No, I think that's it. That's more. Whoop! Jesus! Pippin. Oh. More pinups. Okay. Okay. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Exactly. I never have guests. I don't want them, to be quite honest. Check her computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some sort of clue on there. Like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left wide open. Okay, but what if she's been gossiping about us to her online friends? I kind of agree with Kaneeka. It was my first go-to thing. Because maybe in movies, it's always like well, first of all, in movies, there's never a login password. So we would, you can immediately access the computer, which is super weird. Even, like, I live alone, and even I have login passwords. Anyways. But yeah, in movies, it's always like you open the computer and then they have still the page open of the address they went to, Let's see if it's password protected before we make a fuss about it. If there isn't a password, it's almost like she wants us to snoop. Kaneeka's got a point, Avery. There probably isn't even anything worth. You're no fun, but fine. No, Kaneeka smiles. I don't even think about this. So, good call. Yeah. Like, I honestly didn't even think about how this might not be a good idea. I was wrapped up in all the thing. Also, Stella totally would look into the computer. Let's not, let's be honest here. Happy to help. Yeah, you're probably right. Good call. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for a company. It's a neat little snapshot, This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? It's a mess. Do you think there was a struggle in here? I don't think there's any clues here. I don't think so either. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Yep. It could use a few more houseplants. I put together some trimmings after we found her. Look, some people are just not made for houseplants, unless you want them to die. Oh, she still does those corkboard with string things. Oof. Corkboard with string things. Corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. It looks kind of cool. Yeah. Investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple of cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. So she was here maybe in the morning or in the evening. Yeah? Oh, look, Gretchen picture. Okay. It looks normal to me. I don't know. It's a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't want to know what you'd call my room. Oh my god, I found my people! I wasn't judging. There's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Maybe this is just a rare peek behind the curtain at the real Stella. Look, it's the famous butter knife. So, this is the thing. This is also an internet thing, but this is the thing. There's people out there, by the way, me included. This is what you do with the knife when you kind of plan on maybe having another toast or whatever. When you're not quite done with it, but you don't know. Because you'll see you made 2 slices of toast and now you're like, well, maybe I fancy another slice later. So, yeah. That's kind of a really cute little detail. The real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. Yep. You turn to leave Stella's house. Okay, so maybe she came home last night. Maybe she didn't, but she's definitely missing. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hoped she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. Yeah, that's actually scary. We'll find her. Where to next? Why should we check out the church? I don't think why would she go to I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Oh, I wouldn't go to the Would she go alone? Oh, I hope not. Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. He's hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. Oh, she's not there. Just lots of miners. The diner's busier than you've ever seen it. The small booth's packed with miners than you've ever seen it. We've been here like 3 times. This game is pretending we've spent the last 6 years in this town. You know, we've been here for 3 days. What's going on? There's a strike up at the mines. They've made the diner their base of operations. Huh. Good for them. It's about time something like this happened. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing, and I've been helping these 2 track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize. And I can't say I have. I've been a little preoccupied. This is great for business. These fellas can have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. Really? Is this good for business if they just drink, like, bottomless pots of coffee? Do you need any help? No, Stella and I can handle this. One of your friends going missing is more important than a busy shift. Oh, that's nice. The miners didn't even notice you enter the diner, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. I guess the shift schedules are pretty brutal, and I like more vacation days. I love to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits would be amazing. But what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, and trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first you're just unhappy, but you figure out you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you, that uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. But we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. I can't get fired, and the company housing. That makes a big difference for me. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't had maintenance done in decades, taking a big chunk right out of your paycheck that sure as shit ain't going towards property tax and upkeep alone. Company housing that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone is joining the picket line. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here, so long as we're united. Hey, have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turn towards the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. Hey, I'm just, come on. The YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we've got a lot going on today. We'd appreciate it if you didn't butt in. I didn't butt in. I asked a question about something totally unrelated. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. Aw, thank you, Harrison. You know what? No, I will not weigh in on the strike. That's not my business. I guess we should get going. What's the buzz? Visit the diner in episode 4. You turn and leave the diner. Avery and Kaneeka trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Let's now go to tea with your mom, because it's the closest. Like, Oscar, well, it's also not that far away, but let's go. Let's go. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection. Or something. Okay. Whoop. I think I stopped this episode here. I hope that's fine. Because I feel like, really tired right now. And it's a good cutoff. So we'll enter the shop and then I will save. And then we'll continue with the tea time next time. Which might actually work. We know, guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. Alright. Bling! Didn't have it on my bingo card that we would actually be looking for Stella. I actually thought we would immediately go to the tea session or break into the hospital. And I think that's really interesting because I initially thought that Stella would just be a little bit down and we would have to like chat her up the next day and perk her up, because the weird thing now, it feels like I initially thought it was a big like shock for her to go through the possession, but now it feels like there was something else, and it wasn't just the shock or maybe even the trauma of losing her parents, but maybe she knows something and is looking up something, Like maybe something happened while she was possessed that made her, because everyone was in full everyone was fully aware of what was happening, and everyone actually heard what they were saying and doing as the puppets. Which means that maybe Stella heard something that gave her an epiphany, for better or worse, and she decided to look it up. And maybe it has something to do with her parents, but it probably was something that was serious enough that she wouldn't tell us. Because she really felt very different from the usual Stella. So if it would have been something that was not related to her or her parents, or the thing she doesn't want to talk about, she kind of suppresses with her, happy-go-lucky attitude, then she would have come to us super excited and would have dragged us into this, but she didn't. So it feels like this is something more private, and maybe she's looking it up. So I'm really looking forward to the next episode to hopefully find Stella, because also we can't really break into Reese's house without Stella, right? Doesn't feel right. If you do something as haphazardous as that, something so wild, bananas, and uncalled for, we should have Stella with us. She's the master she's the queen of things that you shouldn't do. So yeah, I really like where this is going, because this is the fun about this story, is that you never quite know where you end up, which makes it fun. Like, I'm a huge fan of coming up with theories what will happen next, but I'm just as much a fan of being proven wrong with good storytelling, not with absurd, nonsensical storytelling, unless it's super fun. But here it always makes fun, the way the puzzle pieces come together. So yeah, the strike thing is interesting, although I guess because we didn't really establish a good relationship with Tabitha, we're probably not as involved as we maybe would have been. But also, I don't see, with the character I'm playing and with what we have been doing in the past, why would I insert myself into this situation? That is really none of my business. I have no, I'm all for the strike, but I really have no opinion on this in the way of, outside of, strike for the right to get better health insurance, I don't have any. Why would I? But I have no idea about the demands, about the working condition. I could not add anything. So that is also interesting to me. What someone who would butt in, would, how and why. It's just so weird, right? to hula explain to them, what they should do in a strike, even though I have no idea. But yeah, I guess in some other version of this game, maybe we were more involved with the miners and with Tabitha, and therefore would have a bigger role to play. And I'm wondering how that strike will affect future episodes, and if there is a supernatural element to it or not. So yeah, I really like how the story always draws you in and keeps it very interesting. And the way the characters are portrayed, it's just very fascinating to me, that I feel really comfortable with them by now. I kind of have a feeling like Avery is a really interesting character, because he's easygoing, chill, very happy. He really is happy-go-lucky, unless there will be a huge surprise. Because with Stella, I think we knew very early on that she was a little bit hiding her true emotions sometimes, because we had a situation when we were in the cop car where she showed that, she does have issues, but she doesn't like to show them. With Avery, I have the feeling he's just this kind of guy who's just riding the wave of life, who's super chill. Someone who I could probably be friends with very well. I could never date such a person. I think it would clash so much. Just like I could never date someone like Stella. It would be exhausting. But yeah, I like the way he's written. As I think if you go with that, with the Avery flirting, etc., it would be a really interesting story to have someone who's. He's not really he's not like Stella. He doesn't go for it or yearn for the supernatural or the extreme things. He's just like, if you ask him, he'll come along. And then he will also make sure that everyone's kind of having a good time, you know, that no one's too down. I wonder how he is when you really in the dumps, you know, emotionally, mentally. If he tries to just, you know, be like, oh, it will be, you know, don't worry too much, blah, blah, blah. Or if he can dial it down a little bit. Because that's my issue with riding the wave people, that sometimes they don't realize that you can't always ride the wave. That's just not possible. Sometimes you're just really, you know, something is really awful and it sucks, and then you don't want to chill out, you know, good vibes only. Yeah. So, but yeah, really looking forward to this. And what's your take on Avery? And what do you think happened to Stella? Where would you have gone looking for Stella? Do you think it made sense to go to her house? I think it totally made sense. But yeah, where would you have gone? Would you have called the cops? At which point would you call the cops? Because I think if we would have discovered blood, sure, call the cops. But until we don't really know, because it's less than 24 hours. I think it's barely 12 hours. And we don't know if she's missing or if she's just out there on her own little adventure. So I wouldn't call the cops until I knew that something's off. And I mean really off. And nothing has so far indicated that something's really off. Or, you know, when she's missing more than 2 days, then I probably would be like, okay, now we have to. But yeah, when would you do it? And with that, I bid you farewell and see you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.